They must have looked favourites. They've won their first 3 matches of the season. On the other hand, Sturt had won just 1. That was against South Adelaide last week. We joined the match at the start of the last quarter, and your commentators Daryl Hicks and Jerry Harrison.
Sturt by 7 points, having led at 18 points at quarter 1, 10 points at half-time, and now by 7, it's Glenelg's chance with the breeze. The diving mark to Ross Gibbs, a dangerous player in the third quarter. Kicked 2 goals ahead of centre after quarter time. And he'll most likely have a go for the torpedo here. Loves to kick the torpedo. A long, high kick, just offline, but an enormous kick from Ross Gibbs. That takes Glenelg to 9-12, 66, trailing Sturt, 10-12, 72.
David Walk takes the kick in. McWilliam the spoil. Scott Russell left it behind. Big Reynolds helps him out. Gibbs is caught. The bounce is at half forward left for Glenelg. Glenelg, the use of what breeze there is in this the final term. Perfect conditions prevailing all day. Carey forces it out. Maynard over the shoulder. Unable to trap it with Schneebichler. Sturt work it clear. Popplestone gets the hand pass across for Painter. In turn, McWilliam from the centre circle. Long, direct, looking for Kitsky. Good spoil came from Christie. Scott Russell. Well grabbed by Grenville. Got it back loose. Heinrich has a shot for goal. It looks online. It's home. Peter Heinrich gets goal number 1. Number 11 for the Blues, and they're 12 points clear with 1.5 minutes played.
Off the half-back line with rebound, David Painter taunting the opposition across to Paul McWilliam. Eventually the chance came to Kim Russell, and he was able to get the hand pass back to Peter Heinrich, who, without a lot of pressure, kicked accurately. The Sturt box gestures to its teammates. The runner's out. There's a bit of enthusiasm. Reynolds opposed to Carey. The height. Painter's now in the centre square. A chance for McDermott. Goes wide. Wellesby leads Winton. Chance for Schneebichler. Opposed to Reed. Played for the free. Darryl Smith. Greg Whittlesey. Across to the runner against Scott Russell. Popplestone. Back to Russell as good play for the juniors. Now it's Kim Russell's chance. Has the pace in front of Salisbury. Across the body to centre the ball. At the back of the pack. Kitsky. Heinrich can't take possession. Glenelg trapped the ball just in front of the goal square. And the pressure's on. Glenelg desperate in defence.
3-minute mark. Christie trying to work it to the line. Chipping it forward. Trying to work up high. Does it well. Infield he goes looking for McWilliam. William with Stringer offhand. Kim Russell goes across. And he's found John Painter at centre half forward. Quickly dropping back is Robbie Popplestone. And now he's got the ball on a 45-degree angle. Popplestone into the lead of Whittlesey. Well dispatched, well taken. And the captain, the creator, dropping into the space.
This is what Sturt couldn't do in the third quarter. Couldn't maintain controlled possession. And this is their big chance.
An acute angle. Distance not a problem. Nor the accuracy. Greg Whittlesey gets his first. And Kane scents the victory as the Blues go 18 points clear.
Well, what a start to the final quarter. Good ball control there. Kim Russell, the player who put the ball to Painter. Painter to Popplestone, to Whittlesey. And the All-Australian back pocket player playing as a follower, kicked accurately. By 18 points, Reynolds opposed to Carey. Indecision. Painter the quick kick. Chance for Heinrich. Forces his way clear. Well, it's a tired Peter Carey. He's been opposed to Lynott and Reynolds. Done most of the ruck work himself, but this time the bulk across beautifully to Simons. McWilliam the pressure. Wellesby across. West could not take possession. Chance for Gibbs. Rather it was Butterick. Chigwidden the chance. It goes through. Jeff Winton, the player who did not know whether to take or to shepherd. And Nick Chigwidden kicks his first. And Glenelg now go from 10 to 10 goal 12, 72. Trailing Sturt 12-12, 84.
Clever football by Jeff Winton. There was a bit of indecision, but he knew the line was there, and that was well left for the goal from Chigwidden, and a steadying one for Glenelg. Carey wanting to lift, Reynolds trying to force it forward. Glenelg get the numbers, Whittlesey over the top, and a big climax building. Glenelg have struggled all day, Sturt have played the better football. Reynolds front spot, Carey looking for the tap out the back. Heinrich was bundled out, so too was Painter, and caught was Scott Russell. So it's going to develop into a close encounter, as it was in the third term. The Sturt leading by 10 points at half-time, and the Breeze in the third term, they had their lead cut to 7 at three-quarter. Mark Hewitt bending it back to half-forward, but in the way, as he has been all day, is Andrew Underwood.
Has options to go across to Paul McWilliam, decides to go direct. Looking for Reynolds at the back, can't take the grab. Chance for Sturt here. McDermott mops up, finds Hewitt with the left foot, looking for Sneebickler. That's been a grand clash. Reed. Ross Gibbs gets clear. The sidestep, high towards the full forward spot. At the back, it's Sturt covering up. Oh, a chance for Richter to get clear. Went to ground. Brilliant play there from Underwood. Over the back. John Painter forcing himself to run. Seems to be carrying an injury. To Shackey, and Big Lawrence has lumbered to that key position to take the mark.
An excellent take by Shackey, upfield. Whittlesey's everywhere in this final term. Left forward pocket he goes, and taking the ball, Kim Russell looking to go long and high, floats it in. Cool, great take by Andrew Downs. Downs out in front of Chris Duthie, who really lacks match practice at the moment. And Andrew Downs a chance to build on the one goal he has at the moment. Little angle to speak of. Should make the distance. And a 12-point lead currently to the Blues. Goes to 18 as Andrew Downs gets goal number 2. Number 13 for the Blues at the 7.5-minute mark.
The creative Sturt players have maintained possession early in this final quarter. And again, it was Greg Whittlesey with the experience and the calmness to lift the eyes and sight a teammate. Andrew Downs kicking accurately. Chance for the double Blues to create what wasn't anticipated by the experts. A chance now for Peter Heinrich, kicking forward quickly to Kitski. One hand over the back, almost a chance for Kim Russell. A quick snap to Russell, it's clear, it's a goal. And Kim Russell kicks his first goal, sent to the forward pocket. Coach Mervyn Kane is absolutely delighted, and the Blues go to 14-12-96. Glenelg 10-12, 72.
No one would think he's delighted with that facial expression, but nevertheless, the Blues they're alight. Kim Russell's first goal, and that's a very, very handy 24-point break at the 9-minute mark of this final term, and puts Glenelg under the microscope. Reynolds against Carey, call it even. Trying to work through was Chigwidden. Reynolds is pushed in the back. Popplestone bends it out. Down comes Shackey overrunning it. Donovan back for Glenelg. Stolen again. The drive at the ball comes from It looks good. David goal number 2, and the Blues are alight. 30 points clear.
There's a touch of magic about that goal. It was stolen from Hewitt by brilliant play from Greg Whittlesey. He tapped the ball clear, eyed the runner, and the Sturt supporters are elated as they go to their 15th goal. 5 goals to 1 in just the first 9 minutes of the final quarter. Reynolds, Carey. Reynolds with height, but Carey the tap. A chance for Chigwin. McDermott taps forward. The race Maynard across the face comes Smith with courage. A chance for Sturt now through Painter. Balances up, back to Smith. On they go. Popplestone, Painter, Smith, a chance to score here. To the face, and Duthie on the last line runs out of bounds. Kept it in just quietly, and Glenelg relieved to Alan Stringer.
Stringer off the half-back line uses Duthie, who'd backed up well into the centre of the ground. Gibbs using the body well over the top Smith, and the free kick gone the way of Ross Gibbs. Well, Glenelg in deep trouble at the moment, chipping up for Donovan from defence up to half-forward. The defender brushes aside Wellesby, slams for goal, but it's offline. And Glenelg moved to 10-13, trailing Sturt 15-12 by 29 points, and certainly a worried Corns now, really wanting to pull something out of the bag.
And after an even third quarter with desperate football, there was no sight that Sturt could run away with this game in the final. They've got the run going. Scott Russell takes from Peter Heinrich. A lot of movement up forward to Wellesby from full-back. Back to Russell. A chance for Popplestone. Rather, it's I. Back to Peter Heinrich. Oh, that's too high. And Peter Heinrich, ever so lucky. Sidestepped an opponent. Was tackled, but just too high. Shackey on the lead. Whittlesey short. Line it at the back. In front, Grenvold. Stringer. The runner is Chigwin. Off to McDermott. Heinrich intercepts. The quick kick. And Chigwin, the runner. Through centre they go. A chance for McDermott. Across the face he goes. Looking for Winton. Spoilt. The tap on to Reed. Back now with control. This is something that Sturt haven't done well. And through McWilliam, they go wide.
A long ball, up looking for Shackey. In pursuit, Seabaum, who's got past him. He'll come in field and use Carey. And then the good backup, or sloppy handball by Peter Carey, but got out of it. Into the centre of the ground, looking for Gibbs. Well run down by Whittlesey, and a free kick going the way of Ross Gibbs. But Sturt are persisting. They've got the pressure on Glenelg. A long ball to half-forward left, Stringer up high. Heinrich gives off, caught with Scott Russell, well-trapped Stringer, out to Grenvold, and in fact it was Simons who finds Butterick within scoring distance of goal. 1 goal in the first term, and it's certainly a worried Glenelg camp at the moment. The kick from Butterick, long, online, and a goal, number 2. But they need more than that at the moment. 13-minute mark of this final term, they trail by 23 points.
Can Glenelg come back? That play set up beautifully by Alan Stringer. Kept the ball in the area, farmed it out. And Craig Butterick kicked accurately. Ross Gibbs is trying awfully hard across half forward. They've been held in key positions. Wellesby is now opposed to Jeff Winton. The big men fly. Reynolds. McDermott out to Simons. The pressure, the physical pressure. Grenvold. Chigwin. And Nicholas gets clear. Goes across the face. Dropping back Andrew Underwood. And despite injury, he's moving freely across half-back. Goes wide. At the back is Russell. Chance for Popplestone. Hanging on, though, says the crowd. Hands and knees football at Sturt's left half-forward flank. We're 14 minutes into the final, and Sturt lead by 23 points.
The Blues just needing to hold poise. Half-forward left for the Blues. Carey does it well, floats one up to the centre wing area. Underwood again barging through. Smith interrupted his flow. Simon's working out. Floats one up to half forward. Schneebichler not aided by the bounce. Smith across. To ground goes Wyndham. Throwing the ball away. Oh, play on is the call. So Lux with the Blues, and Scott Russell finds Whittlesey at half forward right. Loose is Downs. He hooks the ball around looking for Kitsky. And reaching high is Popplestone. For Eye. And David Eye it is. 2 goals. And time on his side. And this could be a telling kick. David Eye dropping into the space. And well placed from the boot of Greg Whittlesey. And Mervyn Kane still not believing that his Blues are in front. Out of 45, 50-metre kick required to convert here. Schneebichler limps to the boundary line for Glenelg. He'll be replaced by Teme. The boot from Eye is long and accurately. Goal number 3, 16 for Sturt. They restore a 29-point lead.
The Sturt captain, Greg Whittlesey, again the player who was able to centre the ball, had the vision, kicked across the face, and David Eye the fingertip grab for his second goal within this last quarter. Reynolds opposed to Carey. Carey with vigour. Alan Stringer, the blind turn, farms it back to Simons. Good pressure from Sturt, but McDermott gets clear. Goes high, and a chance for James West. At the back, the bounce favours Wyndham. He shoots accurately across the face. And Jeff Wyndham's 5th goal in that full forward spot. Normally a match-winning effort from a full forward. And Glenelg come back. 12-13-85 to Sturt. 16-12, 108.
A very quick reply coming from Glenelg. And it's been a tremendous quarter, this last one. 9 goals scored so far, 6 to the Blues, 3 to Glenelg. Only 23 points separating the sides. 17 minutes in. Reynolds getting a hand of ball. Wasn't decisive enough. Carey farms it out, but the whistle had blown. And it will be yet another bounce, virtually centre circle. With 17 minutes gone, one would think that the Blues were safe. Carey's tap, McDermott's kick, direct, high and long, and a good mark taken by Gibbs. He nudged Smith out at the vital moment. Smith appealed for the mark. Gibbs quick to get on with it, and has kicked offline, and not a good result from Ross Gibbs there. Glenelg trail by 22 points.
As unorthodox as ever, Ross Gibbs getting on with the game quickly and proving inaccurate. David Walk down the centre, looking for Peter Reid. That's well taken. Craig Butterick was a little early in his lead. Reid's been very busy against Schneebichler, who has just left the field. A chance for Shackley. Glenelg now with the numbers. Mark Hewitt across to Salisbury, and he's been absolutely flattened by Andrew Underwood in a perfect shirt fronter. Physical Sturt. Heinrich, out they go. A chance to Kim Russell. Popplestone, can he shoot across? Goes to ground, farms it back. Heinrich, a chance now to Kim Russell. Holding the ball, says umpire Elliott. And Glenelg clear.
This game has come alive in the last quarter. Whittlesey, beautifully read, interrupts, goes towards goal. Back there is Simons on the last line, but it's Christie. Down to Seabaum. Sturt apply the pressure. Teme fumbles, and the ball will be thrown in only 20 metres from the behind post. Signs of frustration, Teme and Downs. And the Blues have got the upper hand. Glenelg needing goals. Tap back by Reynolds. An airy by Heinrich. Now McDermott working hard in defence. A high kick. McWilliams up, knocks it away from Teme. Good tap over the top. McWilliam again. drives towards the goal square, and it goes through for one behind, and Sturt now lead by 23 points.
Oh, that hip and shoulder to Scotty Salisbury. Salisbury on the move, showing his courage. Gary Christie goes wide looking for Salisbury. Duthie covering up. Chigwidden fighting with eye. And both sides have shown a lot of courage in this final quarter. 2 goals apiece in the third, and suddenly the game came alight. 9 goals so far in the final quarter. Keary. McDermott played for the free. Farmed out by Stringer. A chance for Simons. Top tackle, Popplestone. And a little bit of frustration showing for Tony Simons. Rob Popplestone wins the 15 penalty.
Glenelg getting a little bit rattled. Add another 15 to that. Measures slightly 30. And Popplestone wide to the lead of Kitski. But getting up there was Christie. Salisbury runs to the boundary line. And Scott Russell takes it over. In fact, Kim Russell. And it's a throw in inside half forward for the Blues. Well, they're not going to let this one slip. The confidence is up. 23-point lead. Out the back, Kitski. Whittlesey trying to work it forward. Kitski gets it back. I got it off to McWilliam. Well smothered Carey. Driving through was Shackey. McWilliam bundled back. Likewise, Whittlesey. Renville gets it wide, has to go after his own hand pass. No backup support. Scott Russell working in there. Kim Russell, in fact. And they keep the ball in that attacking zone for yet another bounce.
Oh, what a game from the Double Blues. Russell, the player, close to the ground. Kitski with his 5, rather 6, appearing to be slightly injured. Keary on top in ruck in this quarter. McDermott again playing for that free and succeeded. Goes centre to Gibbs. No pressure. Looks further afield and goes wide, looking for Seabone. Good play from John Seabone, dropping down from centre half back. Plenty of movement up forward, looking for West. Winton. Wellesby tapped on, and John Painter farms it out to Richter from the back pocket. Has Darryl Smith further afield. Chance for Andrew Downs. That's good team play by Sturt. Lost possession, however, and Glenelg now. Chris McDermott from half-back. Ross Gibbs, the feint. A little bit of Learising, but trying to open up some opportunities. Consummate ease finds Mark Hewitt. Glenelg across to Chigwidden. A chance now for Chigwidden. Set straight for goal. The shot offline. Hits the point post. Out of bounds on the full. And Sturt recovered.
Well, Sturt persisting and applying just enough pressure to force an error. And Reed, a high kick to the outer side. Reynolds from behind. And working it to the line, Painter. Hooks around the body. All Glenelg back here and sneaking in Whittlesey again. He's played well all day, but this last quarter has been exemplary by the captain. Kicks it long. Centre half forward spot. Shackey there, knocked back by Seabone to Salisbury. Infield Stringer goes to Hewitt. A long ball. Looking wide, Butterick's there. Winton likewise. The mark is paid. And Jim West sneaking in from the side. The full back up at full forward to have a shot at goal. He's directly in front. And time beginning to etch away. West is goal. That's number 13 for Glenelg, but they trail now by 17 points, almost 24 minutes played.
Good run off that half-back line again. Stringer and Hewitt, eventually Chigwidden putting the ball high to the goal face. And Jim West, who hasn't had a great day, his first goal for the Bays. 30 seconds before time off. Lynott opposed to Carey. indecisive tap. Chance now for Simons, taken by Painter. He goes wide. Sturt must be looking for possession and percentage at this moment. Glenelg turns back, takes the risk to Simons, has Duthie, the rebound is good. Dropped the ball. Oh, so lucky, the tackle. McDermott. Glenelg looking dangerous. To Mark Hewitt, dropping back. Sturt needing to slow down the play. Winton on the lead. The cross now looking for West. Walk. Oh, so close to another take from John West. James West. Chigwin. It's a free kick. Taken by Peter Reid from centre-half back for Sturt. And what a player he's been since going there to take over from an injured McCarthy.
Into time on now in this final term, and the Blues needing to play possession. Centre wing goes the ball. Salisbury up high, but down there on the ground is Richter. Gets it infield. Kim Russell floats one in through half forward. Duthie not quite. Good recovery. Down to Glenelg, who's threw it away. Christie's caught. Duthie gets the kick forward. Almost centre wing. Spilling out the back. David I going short. And Kim Russell has it knocked away by Glenelg. Good kick. And finds Chigwin just ahead of centre wing. So Glenelg looking to move the ball quickly. Infield. McDermott over the top. Stringer. Suddenly he's got blue jumpers everywhere. McDermott, crossfield, and wacko. The free kick to Teme. He goes infield to centre half forward. Winton on the lead. Full body drive at the ball was good. Stringer wide. Peter Carey. Could be goal number 500. It is. 500 goals to the big Super Carey from Glenelg. And 1.5 minutes into time on, Glenelg trail by 11.
Well, Glenelg attacked through the centre. Eventually Stringer fired out the hand pass to Carey on the overlap. And Super Carey, number 500, putting his side back within 11 points. Can the Bays come back? 2 minutes into time on, trailing by 11 points. Line it. Possession, everything for Sturt. Stringer again, out. McDermott. A chance now, Donovan. Looking for James West. In front was Smith. A chance for Gibbs. Can he pick up? The pressure from the defence to the boundary line. Smith, Reid. And on the back play sitting is Peter Heinrich, and he'll take his time.
Should slow it down. Slow down and possession. Corns. Can he get out of it? The kick from Heinrich. Half forward left. Popplestone reads it well. Drives deep into the left forward pocket. Kitsky has it knocked clear by Christie. But it's a throw-in and the ball is still in Sturt's attacking zone, which is the most important fact from their point of view. Almost 28 minutes played. 20 metres around from the behind post. Christie goes back to guard the goal. Kitsky does the ruck work. Lynott gets up high. Carey working it out for Chigwin. He in turn Salisbury. A high ball to the half-back line. McWilliam across. Good mark. Sturt have possession. Paul McWilliam and Coach Kane wondering in belief whether they can hold on. 11 points clear. Peter Heinrich kicks it long. Distance should be the keynote. Glenelg defence disciplined. Glenelg drives Glenelg back to the half-forward line. And Underwood again. A big stumbling block all day. Timely mark.
He goes wide to Peter Heinrich, who farms it off to Painter. Now the precise kick. Wide. To the pocket. Andrew Downs covers the ball. Holding the ball, says umpire Elliott. Not a lot of time. And David I was the player, the rover in the pocket, who suffered. 3 minutes into time on. 11 goals kicked thus far in this final quarter. So it will be an exceptionally long quarter.
Ball will be bounced now between centre wing and half-forward left for the Blues. A 7-point lead at three-quarter time, stretched now to 11. And Glenelg going with what breeze there is. McWilliam working it to the line. Kim Russell on the bottom of the pack, and possession ought to be the name of the game for the Blues. Control. Peter Heinrich last up. The Blues fidgety. Can it be an upset win? Corns extremely concerned, as he has been all day, trying to motivate his players. They've needed a spark. The work rate hasn't been there, but the work rate of Sturt has been absolutely first class in this final term. McDermott still trying. Popplestone to ground. It's all over. The Blues are up. The Blues by 11 points. Big victory. Sturt 16-13, 109, defeating Glenelg 14-14, 98.
Sturt up and smiling. They won the match by 11 points, as Jerry Harrison said, 16-13 to 14-14. Well, they really put the pressure on the Bays throughout.